How did I feel about Kevin Samuels? And I said I loved Kevin Samuels down. Kevin Samuels made a woman out of me. And they was like, well, he was cool, but it was his delivery, baby. We grown. We too grown to be worrying about a delivery, man. Is you trying to receive the message or not? Do you want to learn or not? Do you want to upgrade yourself or not? Do you want to have some understanding or not? Do you want to know what your role is as a woman or not? Because I did, and I get it. So I love Kevin Samuels. May he truly rest in peace. I got it from here, Big Sam. Somebody asked me, how did I feel about Kevin Samuels? And I said, I loved Kevin Samuels down. Kevin Samuels made a woman out of me. And they was like, well, he was cool, but it was his delivery, baby. We grown. We too grown to be worrying about a delivery, man. Is you trying to receive the message or not? Do you want to learn or not? Do you want to upgrade yourself or not? Do you want to have some understanding or not? Do you want to know what your role is as a woman or not? Because I did, and I get it. So,
All right, the back. I wanted to do this live stream tonight because I had such a long day. I was running around all day, and I felt as though um, I needed to, or should I say, I wanted to. Uh, uh, I wanted to jump on here and because I'm always having. I wanted to jump on here and I'm always having epiphanies. I'm always um, I guess what I'm saying, I'm here tonight because I had a light bulb moment. I truly had a light bulb moment. And this is something that I'm gonna tell y'all as a 56-year-old man. Um, First, I'm gonna say this. When I was a kid, I always seen things way before everybody else. I seen things way before everybody else. I put things in perspective. Um, I was an honor roll student in high school. Um, I was always one to say, I am absolutely not interested in wrong. My brother was killed by a cop. Even with his lifestyle, my dad taught us that you will reap the benefits of all your investments, whether they're good or bad. That's what my dad taught us. As I've gotten older, I realize that I am better suited to be friends with people that had a sketchy childhood. I am best suited with people. I'll give you an example. My friend, my only friend, uh, and I don't mean only friend like I don't have no other friends. I got friends, but I'm talking about my best friend. Let's just give it that title. My best friend grew up in the backwoods of North Carolina, and he used to have to cut the wood when he was a kid. Right? He used to have to cut wood when he was a kid. And because he had to cut the wood when he was a kid, he had a rough childhood. So he, as an adult, he's now a multimillionaire. Everybody that I see that had a rough childhood, they're kind of on their own. They're on their own thing. Everybody that had a nice life, they're most of these people are 9 to 5ers. It is what it is. Where am I going with this? I had an epiphany when I was driving back home today. And I said, you know, the most amazing thing about Kevin Samuels is people hate him, but they'll listen to Cardi B. It is amazing to listen to a black woman talk about how she disliked Kevin Samuels. But look at this beautiful, gorgeous black woman right here.
I love Kevin Samuels. May he truly rest in peace. I got it from here, Big Sam. Somebody asked me, how did I feel about Kevin Samuels? I said, I love Kevin Samuels down. Kevin Samuels made a woman out of me. And they was like, well, he was cool, but it was his delivery, baby. We grown. We too grown to be worrying about.
Let me stop her right there. You know what? You know how Kevin Samuels made a woman out of her? Because she just listened to him. She listened to him. The one thing that the backlash that I catch, and why I'll never have a girlfriend, I want to be clear, even I don't want one. Um, I have absolutely no interest. But I can listen to and have listened to women that hate Kevin Samuels when they cannot say for a person that never called them the B word, a person that simply listened to him and applied correction, never snapped on him, never said that he was out in the chiz, never did none of this thing. I mean, I know individuals that that will say I follow them on social media and they've got 5 kids by 5 different women, but then they'll say they hate Kevin Samuels. It is truly amazing as we sit here in 2025 and we are in the state of mind that we're in because individuals can say that they hate with no probable cause, no reason. So let me get back into what I was saying. My brother was killed by a cop. I don't hate cops. I don't hate cops because my brother was living a life that my dad taught us about. So if Kevin Samuels is talking to women that by everybody's ears, they'll have 5 kids by 5 different men and then say they deserve a high value man, which is delusional. Delusional. How do you say you hate that man? How could you possibly say you hate Kevin Samuels? How is that even possible? So let me talk about the woman right quick that hate Kevin Samuels. The woman that hate Kevin Samuels hate me. I want to be clear. What are you doing, little lady? What are you doing? What are you doing, little lady? Want to hang out with me? What are you doing? Hey, come here. What are you doing, little lady? Want to hang out with me? This is little lady. Mwah. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. Follow me around the house all the time. Good little lady. What are you doing? Come in here and work with me? You don't want to hang out with Quacho? Hmm? Good girl. I got to work, little lady. All right. So where was I? The woman that hate Kevin Samuels hate me. Um, one thing that you cannot do, one thing that I realized is that emotional is trash. Emotional will never have a emotional will never ever have reason for how they think. You just can't be emotional and say, I I understand why I hate a man that never called women a B word. As this woman right here said, listen,
Somebody asked me how did I feel about Kevin Samuels. And I said I love Kevin Samuels down. Kevin Samuels made a woman out of me. And they was like, well,
she said Kevin Samuels made a woman out of her. Not because he groomed her personally, because she simply listened. And she said, I'm going to listen to a man tell me what a man. See, let me tell y'all what, as a 56-year-old man, I'm going to tell y'all what all of y'all are experiencing with women. Women have no interest in your issues. Women don't care about your problems. They don't care about nothing. Their only perspective and narrative is you want some pussy. That's their only perspective and narrative. If you're dealing with a woman that used to be ahead of the We Don't Want a Man Club, if you're dealing with a woman that went through their entire life, went 30 years old, 35, 40 years old, and never lived with a man, that is the type of individuals that they are. There's a lot to read to that. It's not just, oh, it's not just, it's just something happening. Don't, do not make the mistakes that I made. But I'm going to talk about Kevin Samuels. You can listen to Kevin Samuels and he will run into women and try and tell women what it is that they are lacking. In addition to that, their girlfriends won't tell them, you got 5 kids by 5 different men, you're not getting $100,000 making man. It's not happening. You're not going to get that. Where in history has that happened? I mean, it has happened. Women have had 5 kids by 5 different men, but it's not this thing where it just happens more than not. It's not common to say this. A woman that got 5 kids by 5 different men, they live in Beverly Hills. And they live in Beverly Hills, so they're in a different crowd. They're in a different audience. But we see individuals that will have 5 kids by 5 different men, and her friends will tell her, girl, you need to hold out because you deserve a good man. No, you don't. You cannot have 5 kids by 5 different men and think you deserve a good man. You don't deserve a good man. What you deserve is to have your coochie welded shut. That's what you deserve. But that's how it is when we talk about emotional. Emotional will not listen to, and emotional will not carry on a true conversation with another emotional party and have a reasonable narrative as to what world they actually live in. They just won't do it. Okay. All right. So like I was saying, um, I am not going to have anybody having me think that you can hate Kevin Samuels because let's. I'm gonna be clear about what I'm trying to say. It's coming out a bit sketchy, but so let me just sum it up like this. When I first started, I said I noticed something in life. I noticed people that had a rough childhood, they're more likely to be working on a 1099, meaning work for themselves, than work for somebody. People that had a beautiful life, they never was taught hustle, they never was taught work. It's a different narrative about what they think. Um, they have freedom to create a bunch of negatives in their life, meaning they have the freedom to say, I'm going to fight for this cause as opposed to going through something and it really being something they need to fight for. When I listen to Kevin Samuels, what amazes me more than anything is that the women that he be talking to, they stay on the phone that long. Um, I have watched many clips of Kevin Samuels where the woman was on a high vigor and brought it down. Um, I have watched a lot of women try to come at Kevin Samuels intellectually, and they just completely ran into a buzzsaw. I am not ever in my life, ever. I'm not going to change. In order for me to change, it's almost like Kevin Samuels saying all the stuff that he was saying. It was not real. I will continue because what I want to do in my life for the remainder of my life, what I want to do for the remainder of my life, because I want to be clear, it's not about me no more. Um, I'm not living for me no more. I'm living to make sure a lot of young kids don't make the mistakes that I made. So in saying that and in thinking and in doing that, I am witnessing a lot of people benefit from my words and saying, "Oh, he's coming at it this way now." Yeah, I'm coming at it that way. So when I come across being that Kevin Samuels has moved on, I'm coming across a lot of women that are saying Kevin Samuels was right. But when he was living, these women they agreed. They said that he was wrong, but now they agree that Kevin Samuels is right. He died. So what they're now agreeing with is the curriculum that he already made. It ain't like he came back from the dead and said, I got some new stuff. And then they said, that was it all along, right there, Kevin. No. So what I'm saying is, if I there was a movie that came out called 8 millimeter. Uh 8 millimeter. I think it was starred Al Pacino. And in that movie, 8 millimeter, it was showing real life. The dark world of murderous porn when they having sex with somebody, just start stabbing them and killing them, real life. You never heard about it, probably. You didn't see the movie, probably, because that's just not your cup of tea. And rightfully so, if you're a sane-minded individual, it shouldn't be. I seen it when I was, I go to the movies. I don't never say what I'm going to go see. I just simply say I'm going to the movies, and whatever starts, the next movie that starts when I get there, that's the one I go see. So I seen it when it came out. But my point about the movie is this: if somebody told you what that movie was about, you wouldn't go see it because that's not your cup of tea. When you listen to Kevin Samuels, he shouldn't be speaking things that are so far-fetched that it is no woman's cup of tea. If one woman agrees with Kevin Samuels, then every woman should agree with Kevin Samuels. And what I mean by that is this. You ever heard of that term, we'll agree to disagree? That right there. Ain't that what them niggers say? That right there. Yeah, that right there. And what you don't get is agree to disagree. You get hatred. I understand that. I get that. Um, I, I'm gonna do another video. This is gonna be another video, but um, I'm gonna start telling women I don't have kids. I'm going out and about. My life is changing. I am putting myself in a different arena. I'm going to the VA hospital more. I love being at the VA hospital. I love being around veterans, and I meet nice women there when I go there. I meet nice women. I meet nice women that look at me like I was there today, and I had women throwing themselves at me. I like that because it's different women. There are women that work in the VA. They're nurses. They're a different class of women. I like that. I'm not gonna. And what I learned is I'm not gonna sell none of the new women I meet anything that I've gone through. All the women that I met in my past, I will continue telling them, yep, my mom, my daughter, all the women, this and that. But the new women that I meet in my life, I'm not telling them nothing. You got any kids? No, I never had kids. Military sitting around. I'm ready to settle down, ready to start a family. Not telling them about nothing. And that's the way it is because women aren't designed to listen to a problem that a man have. Women don't understand and women don't want to hear no point of view of men's problems that they have concerning women. They don't want to hear it. Whenever you're around a woman, you have to praise them. You have to tell them how pretty they are. Their butt is big. You have to tell them the way the jeans drape over their booty. You have to tell them that. I didn't know. I thought what I thought was you meet a woman, them getting to know you, you tell them about you, and then you expose the unfortunates of some of your life. That's not what it gets down to. Women don't want to hear that. Um, women don't want to hear the inner you. They want the outer you, the flossy flamboyant coming up. All right, but I am not tonight, nor will I ever again not understand when I listen to a woman and she say, I don't like Kevin Samuels. When I listen to a woman that say they don't like Kevin Samuels, I'm listening to a woman that's saying, you don't like men. It's one or the other. It's not both. That's what I'm listening to. When I listen to a woman that say, I don't like Kevin Samuels, and I'm telling y'all, when a woman says, I don't like Kevin Samuels, they don't like men. They don't. Let me give you a narrative as to what I'm talking about. In the title, I got they don't like Kevin Samuels, but they'll listen to Sexy Red. So you'll listen to some degrading rap music by a female, and it don't bother you. Those words that hit your ears, and they will mean nothing to you. But then you'll listen to Kevin Samuels, and you'll have an issue with that. And that, my friends, is what I understand now about women. What I understand about women is if you're not completely engaged, if you're not completely ready to roll with what they want to do, if they look at you and see that they cannot mold you, it's not happening. It's not happening. Um, if you listen to Kevin Samuels, a woman would fear that. They fear that. They would fear that. They would say, "Oh, I'm this and I'm that, and blah 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 blah." Like, wow, really? Okay, that's not how it is with me. So I understand it now, and I'm telling you, if you ever listen to a woman and she say, "I don't like Kevin Samuels," don't get into a relationship with that woman. Just hump her, then dump her, because it's a lot going on there. She's saying that she don't like Kevin Samuels. She don't like men. It's as simple as that. Every and to put it in perspective like this. Put it in perspective like this. I'm gonna say this. Hold on. Okay. I thought the I thought the power was out. I just looked at a thing and it said the power is out. My block has electricity. I'm on solar, so I wouldn't know. That's why I had to look. I just looked at a Ring doorbell message that said anybody else power is out or no one is going to come back on. All right. So this is why I say if they don't like Kevin Samuels, they don't like men because of this. When you are not self-centered, when you understand your position in life, you don't take the messages needed for the low lifes personal. You don't. All right. This this is true, right? So what did I what do I mean about what I just said? What do I mean? What I mean by that is this, right? Simple perspective. Simple perspective. Hey lady, you okay? Who you want? She wants to eat. You want your food? I'm gonna make your food when I'm done, okay? So here's what I mean when I say this. When you are secure in your life, You're not mad at the messages that the bottom feeders need. More so than anything, the messages that Kevin Samuels was spitting, the words that he spoke, his messages wasn't for the top tier women. He spoke highly. I know women that he spoke highly of, and they hate him. So listen to what I'm saying is, if I go somewhere and I listen to a man speaking and he's saying, you guys don't need to be walking around here gangster, gang banging with your pants hanging off your ass and all that. You need to get a job. And why would I get mad at that message? But I find it amazing that you can meet women that have their stuff together, got multiple degrees, got everything, got their life squared away, but still, for some reason, is mad at the message that Kevin Samuels had to put out. Can you explain that? I mean, these black women are walking around here, got their stuff together, got everything going on for their life, in good health and everything. Don't act like they're not looking down on this, on what they see with what's happening in the black community, and just say, as long as that message that Kevin Samuels was kicking didn't need to be said. I am amazed at the women that hated Kevin Samuels. I am amazed. And then they will have a reason as to why they hate it. I've heard so many monkey ass reasons as to why women hate Kevin Samuels. It was just pathetic. But they hate Kevin Samuels because they don't like men. They was never married. They was never in a healthy relationship, and they never will be. Period. Period. These are facts. These are facts. How could I get mad at somebody talking to bums? How could I get mad at a message for bums? I'm successful. How could a message for bums make me mad? How could a message, you got women out here running wild, arrests amongst women are up, failures amongst women is up, babies is up, obesity is up, and here's a man saying, don't no man want a woman that weighs more than them, and they mad. Don't no man want a woman with 5 kids by 5 different dudes, and they mad. You're not going to get a high value man. You gave yourself to so many men, and they mad. You listen to these women say things like, well, my first 2 baby, I seen one woman, she was like, three with 3. Yeah, they were by dope boys. You know, just proud that she was a whore for the streets. And they will listen to Kevin Samuels talk to that piece of trash, and they get mad. Women that get mad at Kevin Samuels and have absolutely no problem listening to Cardi B hate men, period. Period. You can listen to any narrative you want to listen to. You can come up with any narrative you want to come up with. I'm telling you, as a person that speaks this gospel, listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. I was looking at a video, and it was an amazing perspective about burning fat. And it said that when you do bursts, like when you go into a sprint, you burn insulin. Insulin burns quick. And when you burn that insulin, this is why you run out of excuse me. This is why you run out of you get tired quick. Because insulin is a terrible source of energy. Right? But when you walk on, let's say at the treadmill at a like a 4-degree incline at a 3% speed rate, you're now burning fat. Fat is an excellent source of energy. Your body has it in abundance. Where am I going with this? That is the same perspective and narrative. When you listen to women and them give their reason as to why they hate Kevin Samuels. They hate Kevin Samuels because they was listening to him from an insulin perspective. Like I said, insulin is a terrible source of energy. That's why you get tired quick. When you rev up, I have a diesel. I have a diesel and I have an electric car. My diesel engine, low in torque. I don't care what speed you're going. When you put your foot on the gas pedal on when I put my foot on the gas pedal on my X5, 80 miles an hour, it pins you in the seat. Torque. My electric car, because it's not a high-end electric car, it'll pin you in the seat up to 80 miles an hour, and then it'll be like, that's it. I mean, it'll go, I think the fastest I went in it was like 101. But it was like, oh, that's it. No, not going faster. Nope, this is it. We're here, buddy. That's it. My X5, keep going. Keep going. That's the perspective and narrative when you listen to a woman that hate Kevin Samuels. She's burning insulin. It's just a burst. I hate that mother. Why? Just when it's time for them to explain why they hate Kevin Samuels, they completely drop energy. But when you listen to that intellectual woman and say, Kevin Samuels made a woman out of me. That's the woman. You want a woman like that type of woman in your life. Because like I said before, women that hate Kevin Samuels got nothing to do with Kevin Samuels. They hate men, period. If you next time a woman tell you she hate Kevin Samuels, see where her success rate is in relationships. Bet you she's single, not married, no, and never was in a relationship, never lived with a man. I bet you. I bet you. But this woman would say this. But this woman says this.
Somebody asked me, how did I feel about Kevin Samuels? And I said, I loved Kevin Samuels down. Kevin Samuels made a woman out of me. And they was like, well, he was cool, but it was his delivery, baby. We grown. We too grown to be worrying about a delivery man. Is you trying to receive the message?
That woman said Kevin Samuels made a woman out of her. And simply he made a woman out of her because she listened. When you hear women say they hate Kevin Samuels, these are the creatures that have absolutely no idea and listening. What's up, Dragonfly? He's up in here. He said, because the truth hurts. Yeah, it does do. Women wants nothing to do with the truth. This is why guys that lie to them are so successful with them. They don't want to hear the truth. At 56 years old, one thing I'm not doing, not talking to no chick. Not doing that. And I want to be clear about something. I'm going to go left when I say this. Let's do that. I'm going to go left when I say this. Go left. When I say this. I want you to hear me when I say this. Okay, get that close. Go left. All right. For a person that lived 56 years, you know what I had the pleasure of? I had the pleasure of seeing change. I had the pleasure of watching women evolve. In 1991, remember, Ice Cube made a song called How to Survive in South Central. And in the lyrics in the song, he said, and I quote, and if you need some affection, mate, make sure that you ain't no Section 8, because if so, that's a monkey hoe, and you can't survive in South Central. 1991, that song was made on the Boys in the Hood soundtrack. Now, in 2025, and we've been here for 20 years now, Section 8 is the come up. We all knew Section 8 women, go there, get you some, hit off with a hump and dump and bounce. Now women look at Section 8 as the come up, the evolution of the mind state of women. Back in the day, we used words like gold diggers. These are women that wanted your money on the down low. We now evolved to, You got to pay for my kids. You got to do this right out the gate. There's no line between wife and girlfriend and somebody you dating and somebody you know now. Women now say simply because you know me, you owe me, homie. Really? The evolution of women. At 56 years old, I've seen the evolution of women. So, and of course, with my intellect, I can sit here tonight on the 16th of May, 2025, and say, you know what? I want nothing to do with this perspective, because here's what y'all got to understand. It's the culture of women. And if you don't understand, if individuals like my friends, they don't understand that are married, they don't understand the culture of women. Take a glass of water and say, that's a woman in her purest form. That's what a woman is, a glass of water. Take a drop of feces and put it in that water. Would you drink it? No, because now it's contaminated. And that is the issue and the problem with women today. They are contaminated with the perspective and narrative of a prostitute mind. And ones that aren't, they're not going to speak out against it. I want to be clear about something. I mean, crystal clear. The sisterhood is a cancerous organization that their main purpose and their mission statement, if you will, as long as a man is on the receiving end of the BS, it goes. But you cannot speak out against your sister. But if a man is doing it, you now got to play dumb. You don't know what he's talking about. It ain't all women. I don't know why you say that. You don't know her side of the story. It's all these narratives. But at 56 years old, I can see how women have evolved. This is why I want no girlfriend. I'm not interested. I'm good. I'm good. I am built for the old love. Like I tell individuals, I have on my dating profile. I'm for the tradition. My love is traditional. This modern thing, it's not for me. I can't do modern. I can't do modern women. Can't do that. No, I don't want no parts of it. And I want to be clear about something. You'll know when you're dealing with a modern woman, a modern day woman. You know how you'll know? You know how you'll know when you're dealing with a modern day woman? She cannot speak on topics without leaning heavy on a woman's narrative. It don't matter what happened. A woman can have 5 kids by 5 different men. She'll find a way to say, well, how do you know what the men told her? Well, obviously they said, I want some pussy. And she said, okay. That's obvious. That's how you know you're dealing with a modern day woman. You can look at the most reckless act of a woman. A woman could be in the worst position possible, and a modern day woman will find a way to say it's a man's fault. That's how you know. Easy, ain't it? Go try it out with your woman. I want to be clear when I say this. I find it amazing that modern women, you see them all over social media, wake up. I wasn't happy. Divorce their husband. Go look at a video. Go look at 5 videos where a woman said, I just wasn't happy. And so I divorced my husband. I was watching a woman that woke up and said, I just got tired and I wasn't happy. And the woman weighed like 350 pounds. So you're 350 pounds. You okay with that? We all cool with you fighting all over. Give me a second. You cool with fighting all over the place. You cool with being a calorie kidnapper. But your husband, he just ain't bringing you the right hot dogs. Is that what it is? You know, you don't like the cheese he put on your hamburger? Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Got you. Yeah, you ain't happy. Yeah. It is amazing how all their perspectives and narratives hinged on a man. Once they get rid of the man, now it's all sunshine and rainbows. So I'm just You're about to get evicted from your house. A man promised you he'll help you, couldn't do it. Now it's his fault. You know, you need $4,000. This is the narrative of what I'm getting at. You need $4,000 to stay in your apartment. A man said he'll give you $300 of that. He realized he couldn't come through with the $300. Now it's his fault why you're getting evicted. You ain't got the $3,700, but that $300 he promised you now ties him into the reason why you got evicted. This is the perspective and narrative that I see with women today. Everything that's done is the man's fault. Everything. I am loving my life. And like I said, I'm putting perspectives and narratives in my life. I'm getting out of the house a lot more. I'm not, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. And this is something you better understand. I have good credit. I have 7 cars. I have full coverage on all my cars. My insurance is more than my mortgage. I don't have a problem with that, though. If you don't make the money I make, you're not going to be able to afford 7 cars. You're not going to be able to afford full coverage on all your cars. My 6 Series, I haven't drove in about a year and 9 months. Sits in the garage in the storage with full coverage. My K1200, I haven't wrote. I took it out for a ride about 3 weeks ago, but I haven't wrote my K1200 in about 2 years. So this is what I'm getting at. My 6 Series is a 5-speed. My 6 Series, my 635 CSI BMW is a 5-speed. My K12, a 6-speed. This is just, I'm just balling like that. Listen to this. Everything in my storage unit has speeds, has manuals. I call it the manual storage unit because all my manuals are in there. My automatics is at different places, but all of my motorcycles, my automatic motorcycle is here. My automatic cars are here. My manuals. That's the life I have. What am I going with this? Where am I going with this story? If you're not as successful as me, you can't do that. Right? Everybody know that you can go ahead and get a S-Class. You can dress it up with Maybach all you want. It ain't good with a Rolls Royce. It's not good with a Bentley. It's just not. Everybody knows that. Ain't nobody talking about my boy got a Maybach and it's better than a Rolls Royce, a Phantom. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows. Let me stop saying everybody. Every woman knows. A hot dog, I don't care if they said it's made it with the finest cut beef, no fillers, no nothing. A hot dog is not better than a steak. You will agree with that. Every woman knows. How come in every class of my dominance, I'm on top, except with women? Think about what I just said. In all of my classes that I dominate, I'm on top. And I want to be clear about something. At 56 years old, it's not an accident. I take care of myself. I made sure when in 1993, and for those that remember, when the song "Out of Here" by KRS-One came out, and he said, "All along while I was driven by the force, but I just kept seeing these rap groups falling off." But do you ever think about when you out of here? Yeah, I did. I said, I'm never going to fall off. I don't care when y'all come back in 10 years from now, if I'm still living, I'm going to be a bet in 10 years. I'm never falling off. But here's the problem. Here's the amazing narrative. I am the best at every category that I'm involved in. But for some reason, when it comes to being a man, no felonies, don't smoke, don't drink, business owner, employer, multiple cars, good health, good benefits. I got the goods. For some reason, I got no woman. Why is that? Well, hold on. Then LL Cool Smooth Jiggy Nigga #1 got 5 and 6 women. Take that lesson that I just told y'all and understand that when you're sitting down talking to a woman and she's trying to run down game on you, about the perspective and narrative of how she's different. They're all the same. As a matter of fact, the word queen means whore. So when they say, I'm a queen, sip your drink and say, oh, yeah, I know that's right. Let's be clear. When they say they hate Kevin Samuels, it's because they hate men. They don't want to hear a man. They don't want to hear a man break down facts. They don't want to hear a man speaks truth. All the individuals, listen, all the individuals that got the most success with women are the biggest liars, the biggest I don't carers. You don't care, you get a woman. You care, women don't want to hear you care. They don't want to hear that. 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 This is why every month I buy me a pair of Cazal glasses. Every month I spend about $600-700 on a pair of glasses. And I'm buying them to match up with my cards. But then when I do that, then I'm gonna start buying them I'm gonna find another reason to buy some other. I'll buy some other frames. I'm a Cazal Yves Saint Laurent guy. I got a pair of Gucci's and a pair of Parsol, but I love Cazal. All right. I have no family. I have no kids. What the hell else I'm gonna spend my money on at 56 years old? I'm shitting money. I got a good life. I live well. I've done well. I've invested. Now my returns on my investments are coming and they kicking down the door. And I'm just saying, yup, come to Papa, baby. Come to Papa. So that's my life. And now I'm getting, remember me? Yeah, I remember you. You wanted to play. The guy that lied to you got the furthest with you. This is how it is. Did you hear about the story that was in the news? Story that was in the news last week or whatever. The woman that was worth 1 million dated another soccer player that was worth 15 million, and just dated him. They dated. They was dating each other for 1 year. Then she sued him for half of his money. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find the story. What's the matter? Stop all that barking. It's amazing. Dog got me trained. When he wants to wonder if I'm still in the house or not, he barks, knowing that I'm gonna come. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can pull the story up. Oh, he's a UFC fighter. Listen at this.
I don't know what is. This is Charlotte Padrell, and she thought she was going to get a pay date from her boyfriend of only a year, Israel Adesanya, who is a UFC two-time champion UFC fighter. He's Nigerian from New Zealand. Now, what Charlotte decided to do is that once they broke up after a little over a year, she decided that she was going to sue him in court for half of his assets. And he has a $15 million fortune, right? Charlotte felt like she deserved half. This is her lawsuit is essentially what Mariah Carey did. She felt like that they had spent a year together. She expected to get married to him, and then he dropped her like a hot potato. So she was upset and was like, well, I'm going to sue him because I deserve half of his UFC fortune.
My thing is, y'all listen to this story. My thing is, what attorney sits back and say, yeah, I think you got a case? He should turn around and sue her attorney, but he won't have to. Listen.
Because I helped him along the way with his career in that year. Mind you, they had never been married. They didn't have kids, had nothing.
Listen.
Well, she herself has $1 million fortune because she's a real estate mogul. What ended up happening is he put his $15 million fortune in his mother's name. His mother manages his fortune because he had an ex-wife that he did not want to have to split assets with. So essentially what he did is kind of shady, I'm not going to lie, but it helped out in his favor this time.
You heard her say it's kind of shady, I'm not going to lie. Well, you are lying. Protecting your assets is no different than I just told y'all. I got full coverage on all my cars. I got full coverage on the car that I take out just to drive and all that, but I really haven't took it out on a long drive in about a year and 9 months. Still got a full coverage on it. I'm still protecting the car. That's not shady. But this is how women think. This is how emotional think.
Mother has all full control of his assets.
Let me back it up.
His mother manages his fortune because he had an ex-wife that he did not want to have to split assets with. So essentially what he did is kind of shady, I'm not going to lie, but it helped out in his favor this time. His mother has all full control of his assets and his fortune. His mother has been managing his assets since he started his UFC career. So when they went through the lawsuit and she actually won, it looked like he had made zero earnings for his career, and she was worth $1 million. So Charlotte was ordered to pay $500,000 to him because she looked like the breadwinner. So this was this was a Uno reverse like no other Uno reverses. I think I've heard this story before with a soccer player.
All right. So you heard the story. The guy his mom was getting his money. Tom Brady, I believe, did that as well. I'm gonna help y'all understand something. Y'all know that I help people with child support. I do consultations. I do probably about 6 consultations a day. And I am amazed that when I talk to you guys, how you honestly think that even when you protect yourself, you're supposed to tell the courts about your protection policy. The one thing that I got out this story was this is what my mom's supposed to have done for us, but my mom, is from a piece of shit family, and so she was not going to do this for her sons. I know people that got mothers that protect them. I just don't have that type of mother. But that is today's woman. That is women of today. These women of today, what they want to do is they want to sit up in the cut and they want to come up with all these narratives as to why they are owed money. These women want to sit up here today and come up with this perspective and narrative of, you got to take care of me. You got to do this for me. You got to do that for me. That is the perspective and narrative of women today. The way to a man's heart is to his stomach. Today's women think the way to get a man is to fuck him. You listen. I had my friend tell me, and I told y'all, he was like, "Yo, man, me and my wife think you autistic." I was like, "Why?" Because you get this one idea in your head, Smitty, and you just don't waver from it. It's kind of like when you seen the movie Rain Man, and he tried to give him pancakes on Thursday, and he was like, "Pancakes on Tuesday, pancakes on Tuesday." Paraphrasing now, pancake, and then he was like, tried to give him something else, and he was like, and that's exactly me. Wouldn't say I'm autistic. It's just that I shall not be moved, and I'm not interested in all the narrative. It's what I say, and don't try to talk me into it. But this is the perspective and narrative of women today. This is where it is now. These individuals Like I said, back in the day, they were called gold diggers. And gold diggers were on the low. Gold diggers waited. Now the perspective and narrative is you are owed even if y'all are dating. This is where we're at now. This is an amazing lane that we are in as a society. Amazing. Amazing. Talking about Kevin Samuels, man. And the reason why I'm talking about Kevin Samuels is because I truly believe that women that don't like Kevin Samuels don't like men. You should not, I just don't believe that, as I stated earlier, the message that a woman that is doing great in life, have multiple degrees, is handling her own business. If that woman hate Kevin Samuels, how are you getting mad at a message that needs to be heard to the women that are out here running the streets, collecting bodies on their coochie, doing all this stuff, and a man telling them that you don't deserve nothing, you're not going to get nothing. So in essence, stop, not try to verify or justify it. And then a woman hears that and say, I don't like Kevin Samuels. No, you don't like Kevin Samuels because you don't like men. There's no other way around it. There's just no other way around it. It's just no other way around it. Honestly, y'all, I'm telling y'all straight up, it was a light bulb moment when I realized this today. When I realized this today, it was like I was driving back. I had a 2-hour drive, and I'm just like, wait a minute. How did that one get past me? Remember, listen.
Somebody asked me how did I feel about Kevin Samuels. And I said I loved Kevin Samuels down. Kevin Samuels made a woman out of me. And they was like, well, he was cool, but it was his delivery, baby. We grown. We too grown to be worrying about a delivery, man. Is you trying to receive the message or not? Do you want to learn or not? Do you want to upgrade yourself or not? Do you want to have some understanding or not? Do you want to know what your role is as a woman or not?
Do you want to know what your role as a woman is or not? Okay. Let's tackle that a little bit. So if you don't want to know your role, you don't listen to Kevin Samuels. If you do, that's what she's saying, you listen to him. I'm going to opt in, as I stated. Women that hate Kevin Samuels, go ask them what was their longest relationship. Ask them. It won't exist because they hate men. They hate men. But when a sisterhood calls, they all in. They hate men. I promise you. I promise you. Don't sit up. Listen. The one thing I love about the song Secret Garden, it taught me about love. Yep. I want to be with you. Want to lay beside you. Do what you want me to all night. Let your hair down. Ooh, let me get you in the mood. Come on, come on, come on. That song. Let me take you into the garden. Oh, this part right here. Passion will make you soft for what you feel. Passion will make for what you feel. All these women around here hard on men because they don't like it. Passion makes you soft for what you feel. You cannot tell me you don't like Kevin Samuels and you like men. You can't tell me that. When women don't like men, they will always gravitate towards. I want you to listen. I want you to listen. Listen to what I'm about to say now here. Listen to what I'm about to say now here. Listen. Listen. When women don't like men, they will find an icon. An icon. And say, because that person will be the epitome where they can say freely, I don't like him. Because I want to be clear about something. When you have hatred in you, you have to feed your hate. You have to feed it. You have to feed it. I watched my mom all my life dog men out. Dog men out. They tried to love her. Nope. She always found something wrong. You had 4 sons. Oh, if something was wrong, we'd handle it. We didn't find nothing wrong with the men. My mom found everything wrong until that one day in May in 2019 when I went to go see my mom. She had ran all her men away. Now she old. All the men said, angry ass black woman, I'm dealing with you. So my mom don't have nobody to flex her hate on. Then I comes a knocking. Then she turned this organization into a 40-minute rant / talk to me like I ain't say nothing. Got up the next morning, love you, Ma, gave her a hug and kiss, never spoke to her again, never seen her again. Mm-mm. I watched you do this all my life. Now it's my turn. So you hated men all my life. You have no men around you. Now, when your son comes to love you, comes to say, hey, I want to see how my mom is doing, you give that hate to me? I've heard my mom twice in my life say, I'm trying to work on the hatred that I have. I'm trying to work on it. 30 years later. Now you talking to me like crap? Ain't happening. When they hate men, they will find an icon that's easy to hate, and they will make it seem like they will find a reason to hate. Like I said, I know women that Kevin Samuels praise, and they hate Kevin Samuels. Point I'm making? I told my mom, it ain't the women of your generation, Ma. It's the women that I have to deal with. AKA women of my generations. Well, I got nieces and they ain't like that. Oh, so the nieces are in my generation. So that's the connection for the hate. Oh, I'm talking about my cousins, right? Oh, got you. You get going for the rest of your life. Die tomorrow, I don't care nothing about you. I don't. That's how I am. When I turned 50 years old, I said enough's enough. I want y'all to listen to something. Check this out. I'm going to my personal Facebook, and I'm going to play this video for y'all that I just posted Wednesday. I'm going to let y'all listen to it. For those that said, wow, how are you going to say that about his mother? Well, just hang out. I want you to listen to this. Oh, wow, look at that. My brother reached out to me. Oh, look at this. Listen to this. I was just, oh, no, you know what? I'm going to play the thing for y'all. I'm going to play the video for y'all because he just reached out to me. I told y'all I'll put this up Wednesday, but hold on. I'm going to play this video for y'all. Check this out. Listen. Check this out. I want y'all to play this. Here it is Friday. My brother finally reached back out to me. But I called him May 7th. May 7th, I called him. He says, I wasn't aware. But I want y'all to listen. All right? Listen. I'm going to show y'all something. I want to show y'all something right quick. Listen. Show y'all something.
Alarm off.
I'm going to show y'all something. I'm going to go outside my house here. I'm going to show y'all something. Good life. This is a video that I posted on my personal Facebook. All right? Listen. People next door moved, so their grass is all fucked up. I'm going to show y'all something. I'm a car collector. I have an electric car, which is my Nissan Leaf. See that? 0 emissions. That's my electric car. This is a BMW. What does that say? That's BMW 5 of 6. This is my beautiful home. All right. This right here, this is diesel. So I have an electric. I have a diesel. Of course, I have gas. Right there, 35D. D stands for diesel. I have a Z4, my drop top. This is BMW 4 of 6. This here is BMW 3 of 6. Now I have the 6 series and the 8 series, which consists of a 6-cylinder and a 12-cylinder. So I have a 4-cylinder, a 12-cylinder, an 8-cylinder, a diesel, and an electric car. Is the X3. I want to show you. So if you notice, I have this SUV and that SUV. Who needs 2 SUVs? So guess what I did last week? I reached out to my brother Todd. Listen. Because I remember the year before last. Listen. He told me he was going to go get his license. And I reached out to him last week. I called him. I don't have his phone number. I'm sure you do, but he don't give me his phone number. But I reached out to him because I want to give him this truck. I don't need it. I have plenty of them. I don't need it. But I reached out to him to give him. So I reached out to my brother May 7th because I want to give him my X3. Never got back to me. But he just did. Ironic. He just did. It says now. He just got back to me. The 7th. Today is the 16th. According to my calendar and yours, that's 8 days ago. But finish listening to the video. Listen. In this truck. He never answered and never reached out back to me. Listen. When am I going to learn? Stop trying to look out for family and completely say fuck them like they said about me. All right. So that video I posted Tuesday on my Facebook, I reached out to my brother. I don't have his phone number. But then when last time I spoke to him, he was like, I talked to this person last week, that person. I'm like, wow, how come I keep telling you to give me your phone? Anyway, but you guys get to look at the exclusive. It says 3 minutes ago. Look at that. Hold on. Look at that. 3 minutes ago. See that 3 minutes ago. What's up, brother? I wasn't aware that you were contacting me. Rather, I've been with the messages, though. Look at that. 4 minutes ago now. Just turn. What's up, brother? I wasn't aware that you was trying to contact me. Of course you wasn't. You on social media every day. But when I reach out to you, I want to talk to him. That's how my family treat me. That's why I told y'all it starts with the mother, though. And just for the record, for those that don't know, back in 2008, when my second oldest brother didn't invite me and that brother to my dad's funeral, I asked my mom to reach out and find resolution. Her sons are at war, and my mom says I don't want to get involved. This is mother. I got to go look around social media and see all these black creatures say, oh, our mother is the rock of the family. But it's all boys. My mom hate men. So why would she want her sons to have resolution? So in 2008, my mom said, I don't give a about my sons. I don't want to get involved with what y'all got going on. I haven't spoke to my brothers since my dad died in 2008. I haven't spoke to him. That's what, 17 years now. Haven't spoke to him. Ask my mom to resolve the situations like mothers are supposed to. My sons are at war, but I don't care because I hate men. But then 11 years later, she's talking to me like trash because I said something that may offend my nieces. So I said to my mother, so exactly when does the love for the children from the mother jumps over the children and go to the nieces? When does that happen? Of course, sons, nieces, boys, girls, sisterhood. I don't know if y'all made that connection. This is why I say I'm 56 years old. I got a good life. I don't need none of these niggas. None of them. All of them can kiss my ass. My mama, my brothers, all of them can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. I don't care. I was paying my mom's rent for 3.5 years until that stunt. I said, oh, wow, okay. On my way home from Florida, I'm calling my accountant. Cancel all transactions going to Mary Smith. You sure? Hey, man. Hey, Chris, you want to talk about it? No. Click. No, sir. No, sir. Now, my brother. What's up, brother? I was unaware you was trying to contact me. I've never been good with messages, though, through social media. But y'all heard the video. I was trying to give him a truck. How many of y'all got somebody reaching out to y'all trying to give y'all a BMW? Please, I'm going to wait. Messenger now. Go. Nobody, huh? Wow. Something that happens often, maybe, perhaps. No, no, it doesn't happen. Nobody gets a call. What's up, man? I got a BMW, man, I'm trying to give you. But that's the love that I have in me. You see, I'm the most successful person in my family. And generous, stop it. Generous? I never had a mug ask me. Just tell me what. Listen, you know why my brother didn't invite me and my other oldest brother to my dad's funeral? You know why? 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 Check this out. Check this out. Y'all gonna love this. You know why? The, the reason why my brother didn't invite me and my oldest brother to my dad's funeral, because if he would have invited my older brother, he would have told me I lived out of state, so they was handling it. So what they wanted to do was something that I don't do. I don't do nigga shit. That all we chip in and this. When my dad died, I told my brother, find out how much everything is and I'll pay for it. But see, my second oldest brother, he's the superstar. Everybody love him. What he didn't want is to be stood up by his little brother. He didn't want his little brother, wait a minute, damn, because even though he's a fireman, making making over 6 figures a year, he was like my dad. He just stayed in the streets, busting nuts. Oh, come here, you. Who, me? Yeah, bitch. Oh, you get a nut. Oh shit, come here now, bitch. You got one leg, but damn that ass fat. Come here, you get a nut too. Oh, just busting nuts. Boy, I'll tell you something. When child support get a hold of a 6-figure income, it ain't 6 figures no more. Yeah, your child support done bumped him down to McDonald's overtime. When my dad died. When my dad died, it was, oh, we all gonna chip in. No, we ain't chipping in. Let me know how much it is and I'll pay for it. And for that, he said, I can't have my little brother show me out. I cannot have my little brother show me out. I can't have my little brother show me out. So he changed all the funeral arrangements. Because like I said, I don't do that nigga shit. We all chip in. Well, my rent due and I'm already behind on my rent. So I said, no, fuck all that. Find out how much it is and I'll pay for it. He didn't want that. So he sabotaged his brother's engagement. I said to my mama, I said, Mom, could you at least ask him? We wasn't there. Why did he reach out? Nothing. I don't want to get involved. Of course you don't. Of course you don't. Because it applies love to your children. And because we are men, you ain't trying to do that. So for life, mother, you for life. You can die tomorrow. I don't care nothing about you. I want to be clear. Every month, every January, I give my view of the State of the Union address. Yeah. Give me a second. Boy, I crack myself up. I does do. Every year I give let's not forget, a list of a State of the Union. And for every year, it's the same people still on the list year after year. I don't need y'all. How you going? Listen, something that I tell everybody, you will always have people lower than you. Very rare would you have problems with people in your class. That's a rarity. Listen, it's a rarity for you to have problems with people that are in your class. Very rare. Let me say it again. Very rare. Everybody that I have problems with, if I had a bad case of diarrhea, I wouldn't hire them to clean the shit off my toilet. I wouldn't hire them. All the people I had problems with, all the people on my level, harmony. But everybody beneath me is the one that want to give me ruckers. Or if I conquer Chris, then I'm really doing something. You ain't conquering me. All the titles, I'm your mother, I'm your brother, I'm the baby of the family. Let's be clear, I'm the youngest of the family. You know, I get it. I'll never get respected as a person. But you know what? Let me hit y'all off with the bobblehead. For life, yeah.